All right, just getting back from game one of the NBA Finals, where the Celtics have taken a 1-0 lead after a lopsided win over the Dallas Mavericks. A few things I want to touch on as it pertains to that game. One, what a performance from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has been out of the Celtics lineup for the last, 5 weeks or so. And look, Boston, at least in terms of record, has not skipped a beat. They only took one loss in the conference playoffs in the games that Porzingis didn't play. But watching him go in game one and watching what he brought to that team, you obviously see how much more dynamic they are when Porzingis is part of the mix. I mean, he came off the bench for the first time all season long and immediately made an impact. He had 11 points in the first 7 minutes of that first quarter, which effectively decided the game. It was 37-20 at the end of the first quarter. And yeah, Dallas made a run in the third to cut it briefly to single digits. But for all intents and purposes, that first quarter is where the Celtics ended this game. And Kristaps Porzingis was a big part of it. I thought offensively, his ability to create mismatches off screens was a huge problem for Dallas. Like, he would set a screen that he'd wind up with someone like Luka or PJ Washington or, Kyrie, and he would just shoot over them. And defensively, he is the kind of shot blocker that the Celtics don't have on their roster when he's out. I mean, Al Horford is a tremendous player. And at 38 years old, he's really remarkable for all that he's done. But he's not the same kind of shot blocker that Porzingis is. He had 3 block shots in this game, 20 points overall, 6 rebounds. The 3 blocks, though, he could have had more. Like, he contested a lot of shots as well. And at times, especially in the first half, when there were screening situations, it looked like Porzingis was almost daring Dallas's wing players to go to the rim, daring them to challenge him because he would either block the shot or he would contest the shot. So just a terrific performance in his return by Kristaps Porzingis. And I thought the Celtics defense overall was excellent. The Celtics obviously believe in their ability to defend one-on-one. They've got 2 guys that were all defensive team players in Drew Holiday and Derek White. They've got a third guy that believes he should have been on that team, and he's probably right, in Jaylen Brown. And because they have those great individual defenders, they didn't have to send help in this game at Luka Doncic or at Kyrie Irving. They were able to play these guys straight up one-on-one. If you look at the stat sheet, Luka put up 30 points, but it took him 26 shots to get there. He only had 1 assist in this game. That's the lowest assist total he's had all season long. Look at his playoff numbers. He's at least 6, 7, 8 assists. Oftentimes, he double-digit assists. The Celtics held him to 1 assist. All those lobs that Luka was throwing in the conference finals to Derek Lively, gone. The corner threes to PJ Washington, gone. The Celtics eliminated them by playing Doncic straight up, mostly with Jaylen Brown, and even when there were switches, like when Horford wound up on him, they didn't send help. They put bodies behind him to make sure he had something that he could see, behind the primary defender. But overall, it was isolation, one-on-one defense that the Celtics proved to be excellent at in this game. And, when Jason Kidd finally pulled, his core guys midway through the fourth quarter, it was Doncic with 30. It was Kyrie Irving, who we're going to get to, with 12. And it was PJ Washington with 14. Those 3 guys were the only guys at that point in double figures. The Dallas Mavericks cannot win this series with that kind of offensive output. So they're going to have to figure out a way to get everybody else going if the Celtics are going to continue to defend in this way. And I see no reason to believe why the Celtics wouldn't. I mean, Jaylen is big enough, strong enough to be a deterrent on Doncic. He didn't bite on a single pump fake in this game. And he was able to limit Doncic's passing. As a team, the Mavericks only had 9 assists. The lowest assist total coming into this game was 14. So, Boston made them very one-dimensional. I thought that was among the biggest reasons that they won. Now, Kyrie Irving's return to Boston was a big storyline coming into this game. It turned out to be kind of a nothing burger because as hostile as maybe the fans wanted to be, it's hard to get too fired up towards one guy when your team's up double digits for most of the game. But Kyrie Irving did not have a good game. Um, he was, I believe, 6 for 19 from the field, 12 points, 2 assists, 3 turnovers. He was 0 of 5 from 3-point range. He's got to be better than that. He has got to be an efficient, productive second option opposite Doncic, or else this team has no chance. If you're looking for reasons to be optimistic about Kyrie's chances of bouncing back, it's that he missed a lot of open shots. You go back to the third quarter when the Mavericks were making that run. That run would have been a lot better if Kyrie had made some shots in that period. He was 0 for 3 from 3-point range in the third quarter. Missed some wide open shots you would never expect Kyrie Irving to miss in those types of situations. I mean, he took it upon himself saying, I got to be better. I've got to be more of a distributor. I've got to keep the ball moving more when we're on offense. But there's no doubt he's got to be a lot better. And look, I think he's probably going to make some of those shots that he missed in game 2. I don't think he's going to miss as many open looks as he had in game 1, but there were some big warning signs for Dallas. The fact that they couldn't get really anyone else going offensively, the fact that they couldn't push the Celtics off the 3-point line. The Celtics shot 38% from 3. They were 7 of 15 in the first quarter. Again, the only quarter that really mattered because they were up 17 at the end of it. So a lot of work to do for the Dallas Mavericks going into game 2 of this series. But a very impressive performance by the Celtics. A very impressive performance by Kristaps Porzingis. And now Dallas has to go back and go to the drawing board and figure out ways to slow this team down from the 3-point line offensively and find ways to score on a team full of great individual defenders on that end.